Hi, we're Sensual Vibrations.
And today we've got this video where we're going to be discussing gratitude, which is often an emotion that we do take for granted. Sometimes we don't exactly understand, and sometimes we can even ignore and forget it's all there. So for an introduction, we're going to ask the question, what is gratitude? There's a lot of different things we can describe. There's a lot of different things that we can talk about with this. But gratitude is joy, happiness, feeling grateful for everything around you, and there's a lot more things to be grateful for than we can initially think, isn't there, Jake?
Yeah. So basically, what we said is really a really great way of starting off with gratitude is just to look for it in everyday life, just what's around you, everyone can see. So for example, just the sunlight, laughter, the nature, all the colours around you, just to be grateful for the friends and family that you have, the fresh air, just every human experience that we've got, even technology.
Yeah, how amazing it is, technology. There's so many things that you can be grateful for with the enhancement of technology. I mean, Wi-Fi, how amazing is that?
We've got so much of technology to be grateful for, just how convenient everything has now become from even like 20, 30 years ago, the massive change that everyone has gone through. Everyone's now walking around with mobile phones, iPads, laptops, which, 20 years ago would have been, if anyone mentioned that, they would have thought they were crazy.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I remember as a kid, you have to knock on, didn't you, to go and see your friend, or it was if they were even available. Writing letters or things like that, they were still, quite normal. And now we've got all this internet. You can be talking to someone on Australia on a handheld phone, wireless. Skype. I'm so grateful for wireless technology. There's loads and loads of things going on, and even being grateful for the everyday dramas that you see all around you. I mean, how boring would life be if we didn't have these obstacles, these arguments, these disagreements? It's all the same. It's all something to be grateful for, and all the things that we can be grateful for apart from, happy occasions like birthdays, celebrations, happy days. Be also grateful for the things that you would necessarily say are sad or that wasn't your best day. Try and be grateful. Try and learn something from that.
Yeah, exactly.
And gratitude can be just found in everything, from laughter, from a smile, from the colours around you. So many different colours. Just think how boring would life be if everything was grey.
Yeah,
and it's finding these tiny things to be grateful for that really does shift our awareness and shifts our consciousness.
Yeah, the thing is, because we've got so much in our lives now, it's so fast paced. We've got so many things to worry about. We've always got emails, texts, phone calls. We've got bills to pay. We've got always all these little things that we need to worry about. But it's really dissecting your life down and looking at the really small parts, which is when you'll start finding beauty. So just in little everyday things like a bird that flies past, or the colour of the grass, or insects or ants and how clever they are, how they all follow each other. Just like little things. Like when we get wrapped up in our everyday lives, that is when that's what we need to start doing, isn't it?
And how does that make you feel when you see all these things to be grateful for?
Well, basically that's really the reason behind it is once we start coming from a place of gratitude, that's when we'll start coming from a place of happiness. So to be grateful for everything that we have around us instantly changes our shift. Our happiness, our mood just instantly changes, doesn't it?
Definitely. I mean, that's what I found as soon as I've started practicing how to be grateful and how to apply gratitude and happiness. It radiates from you into the world around you. You'll start attracting different experiences, positive experiences. Different people will enter your life. Your vibrations will shift. You'll start attracting things in a higher vibration. And you'll become more content with certain situations that you may have at one point concerned yourself with in a negative way. And this really brings us to the next point, which is perception. So a really great, powerful word, this, and something that we'll talk about quite a lot in our videos. So perception, how you perceive something, that's the thing that matters. It's not the association, it's not the thing itself, it's not the obstacle, it's how you perceive that. And shift all your negatives into a positive. I mean, we'll all feel down at some point in our lives. It's normal, it happens to everyone. But at some point, it's how we perceive that situation that creates the human choice of how to let it affect us, if at all. I mean, do you choose it to affect you in a good way, a bad way? Is this going to be a new lesson that you've learned in your life? Or are you going to, associate this with a trauma that's happened to you in your life? You decide. It's your life. It's your choice. We're all creating our own reality, and that's amazing in itself. That itself is something to be grateful for.
Yeah, and I think that basically, thing to really remember when we're doing this is, if a situation that is negative does come across or comes across your day-to-day life, it's not really relating yourself as the situation. You need to take yourself away from that. You are not the situation, and perceive it in a different light. So, for example, if something negative does happen to you, it's then changing the thought. So normally our initial reaction would be, to feel down, depressed, depending on what the situation is. But if we're flipping it round, and you look at it from a positive light and be grateful for that. To be grateful for the reason to be grateful for it is that's basically a learning lesson for our soul. It's basically we progress from that and become a stronger person. So instead of being down, looking at the past or negative things that have happened to you, turn it around and see that as a positive. How you've grown into a better person for it.
We've got a really good practice for everyone at home to write down 3 things that you're grateful for every day.
Yeah.
Just do it as soon as you wake up and think about things that you're grateful for. So keep a journal or a diary by the side of your bed. I find that always helps.
Yeah.
Just to recap, I mean, what normally do we think when we wake up? I mean, I don't know about you, Jake, but I used to always come out with these generic thoughts every morning, like, oh no, it's cold outside, or I don't want to go to work today, I can't believe that it's, raining, I need to pay that bill, they keep ringing me, life is hard, we wish it was the weekend. I mean,
we
just
all
ask yourself.
automatically do that, even without knowing that sometimes those thoughts come into our head. Even if we are in a positive state, we do all get these thoughts from time to time. So it's noticing the thoughts when they take place and letting them release, and then basically turn it into a positive straight away. That's when you'll start benefiting from it.
And we've got, ask yourself at home, do you have those thoughts? What are the first few things you think when you wake up in the morning? It sets you in a negative start for the day if we do that. And like Jake said, we have the conscious mind and then we have this subconscious mind, which the thoughts just fly in. Sometimes we can't help it, but it's something that we have to practice ourselves consciously to change that reality for ourselves. So when you think about a negative start to the day with your thoughts, it's like a cycle. You may find other things start going wrong. For example, you go to brush your teeth, there's no toothpaste left. You go out, you miss the bus. Your boss is mean to you at work about something, and you end up feeling quite negative for the rest of the day. You go to bed thinking, oh, I didn't enjoy my day, and it's a whole negative pattern, and you don't get fully rested. Now think of how that can change. So how many things can you wake up and feel grateful for? So for now, I would feel grateful for the sounds of the birds when we wake up, or the air in your lungs. Isn't it amazing how the human body works? Your great friends. You might be meeting a friend that day, or even just the simple aspect of a roof over your head and a bed.
Yeah.
Some people don't even have that.
Yeah, there's so many things just literally in your life, if you don't even think there is. There's so many little things that if you really look, you have so much to be grateful for. So this basically escalates into more positivity and gratitude. So even just like a smile from a stranger on a bus or a random act of kindness, all these little things will start coming towards you once you start shifting your reality into a more positive and grateful place.
And they do, don't they? They really do. I mean, go out and try this. Really try and experience these gratitude feelings, happiness, joy, spreading kindness, and it works. You will attract. It might take a few days. It might take a week. It might take a month. But try it and really, really do put it into practice and give it a chance, because you will find that shifts your reality. It changes your thoughts. You will become happier. You will become carefree, more confident. It really does change your way of life.
Yeah.
And when you're living in a place of gratitude, more positive things will be attracted to you. So feel grateful before you go to sleep and when you wake up. Sleep's a really important thing to mention here, because it's a very important part of regeneration, physical and mental. Having happy thoughts before you go to sleep, it will create a much fuller rest for your body and your mind, and more imaginative dreams. So just to conclude with the video, we want you to try and write 3 things that you're grateful for every day. Post the comments onto our website or Twitter.
Yeah, and what we've done for the end of the video, we've put a series of images that basically what me and Serena feel grateful for. It's really good to have images around you because it makes it a lot easier to generate and manifest things in your life that you like. So we find it very helpful to have like a vision board or just pictures up around, you know, a space in the home. So when you're walking past or if you put it in your bedroom or in the kitchen, if you just look at these images and then, you know, think of them positively and how you'd like them in your life, it makes it a lot easier to attract them. So basically we've put a few of these images, what we're grateful for, and just see if it relates to anything in your life and that you can feel grateful for at the same time.
Yeah, these are things, visual images, things like that, truly quite beautiful things that you can look at and just think there is so much beauty in the world, so much to feel grateful for. And gratitude is one of my favourite emotions. Gratitude along with forgiveness, I think, really great emotions to feel as much as you can, and just try and be grateful. So don't forget to sign up to our free newsletter, as always, on essentialvibrations.com. We've got more information on there on how to raise your vibrations and feel gratitude. You can link up your own images and experiences on the comments below. We've got Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest.
We have everything.
Facebook. So yeah, keep the comments coming in. We love to hear from you. We love to hear what everyone is grateful for. And it'd be great to find out your own experiences from trying this out day to day. Okay, so thanks for watching. There's more in the description below the box.
Practice gratitude.